welcome back to another episode of my Why I Bought This series, where I share the constructive and thoughtful reasons behind my recent purchases. This series helped me to stay mindful and intentional about what I buy, avoiding impulsive decisions and focusing on long-term value. And hopefully, it can serve as inspiration for you as well, whether for styling ideas or for building a more conscious, well-structured approach to your own wardrobe and shopping habits. I'm Anastasia, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Today, as always, we'll be looking at some interesting pieces from a handmade hat I knitted myself to a lingerie from Agent Provocateur. So please make yourself comfortable and let's begin. And we will start with the disappointment that I'm actually wearing right now. The pink wool turtleneck from the brand KAOS. It's a soft finding piece with a clean, timeless silhouette fitted through the body, with the elastic cuffs and high neck that sits close to the skin. The piece is made in China. I couldn't find anything that felt right at my usual favorite brands, so I decided to explore something new. The price was under 50 euros and it was labeled as 100% wool, so I decided to give it a try. But honestly, it was money wasted. I don't even feel like wearing it outside anymore, and now it's left only for videos. So what I'm actually getting at? The quality of the wool was disappointing. After just a couple of wears, it developed an excessive amount of peeling. To be fair, I have serious doubts about they claim 100% wool. The yarn feels more like it contains acrylic, though that's just my suspicion. Most likely, it's such a low-grade short fiber wool that it ends up feeling closer to acrylic than to proper wool. A completely different experience in the cardigan from Italian brand Aravescio, which I showed in my previous Why I Bought This video. It's knitted in Italy from genuinely good quality wool with 10% of cashmere, soft, pliant to the touch, with a delicate fluffy texture. Peeling does appear there too, as it naturally does on any knitted fabric, but in a very subtle and unobtrusive way that doesn't compromise the overall look of the piece. I choose this pink shade because I have been leaning towards a proper aesthetic lately, and if we take a good cashmere turtleneck instead of this disappointment, it would be a great base for creating chic, academic style looks that feel both polished and effortless. That said, it was a very short-lived relationship with this brand, and disappointed by the quality of the material, I won't be considering KAOS for future purchases, unfortunately. Moving on to the next piece, it's hard not to smile because it's such a beautiful blazer from Lardini. I am not only truly enjoy reviewing this purchase, but I genuinely love wearing it as well. It's my favorite blazer at the moment. A double-breasted blazer in warm light caramel tone with softly structured shoulders and slightly tailored silhouette. The fit is relaxed yet refined, subtly defining the waist without rigidity. The fabric has a made, dense wave with a natural texture. I treat this piece more as a traditional coat than a traditional blazer. It has that perfect in-between weight that makes it incredibly practical. Made from a 50% wool and 50% linen blend, the tightly woven fabric retains warm while still feeling breathable, and it does a great job of blocking the wind. I choose a size 40, it was the last one available that was close to my usual 38, knowing it would have that slightly oversized feel. The pockets are remarkably spacious, as you can see, they easily fit a full notebook or even a book for reading. For me it's an absolutely must. I don't carry bags unless I'm traveling, so these pockets basically hold my whole life. Even though I have been moving away from oversized shapes, this piece was special. My first blazer from Lardini, a brand I have admired for a long time after seeing how beautifully they craft men's jackets. My partner owned several, and I was genuinely impressed by their attention to detail and love for tailoring. I had actually been waiting for a discount on another Lardini blazer made of 100% wool, but when this one suddenly appeared, I didn't hesitate and was so happy to get it, especially since it cost me only 170 euros, which is practically nothing for this brand. We adjusted the fit with a tailor, turning that was initially a blazer built for someone else's frame into a light, comfortable, oversized piece that feels truly mine. The key to styling it, though, is balancing proportions, never pairing it with skinny bottoms. It works best with a straight leg or slightly wider trousers. I wear it with a warm wool sweater from Eleventy, which will also be featured in today's review. I wore it all through the fall, down to around 0 degree, practically as a mid-weight coat with a warm sweater. And on my recent trip to Japan and Korea, it was the only one piece from my outwear that I brought and felt absolutely wonderful in it. This is truly my go-to item. The only thing is, as you can see, the little flower is no longer there. It's now out in the world somewhere at Seoul Airport. but I love so I don't mind. Plus, I'm planning to order another piece from Lardini where there will be a little cream color flower, so that's not a problem. I also attached a dark flower at one point, but this combination is quite tricky and requires some styling. I don't have always the energy for that. Most of the time I just want to throw on the blazer and head out. So on a regular basis, of course, the light one here is irreplaceable. Next up is that long-awaited little treasure box from Provocateur. I have been carefully considering what to choose for a while. One piece is from the Claira collection and the other one from Zuri. I really love how lingerie from this brand is designed in general. It looks beautiful on both fuller and more modest figures. I can say that the brand's luxury positioning is entirely justified, as some details don't quite match that level, but on the other hand, considering the price you can get a set for during the sale, all the little flaws are easily forgiven. For example, on the Claira bra, the ribbon isn't adjusted correctly for the cup size. It's longer than the volume of the cup allows, so it doesn't sit quite like it does in the pictures. This isn't about my measurements, but rather a quality control oversight. Still, I forgive it with ease. The joy of buying and wearing it far outweighs any minor imperfections, especially since all my other sets are in perfect order. Also, the brand regularly offers discounts on select pieces, sometimes up to 40% or more, a few times per month. You can subscribe to their newsletter to be notified of internal sales, because when a new collection drops, the site highlights that instead of the sale. This isn't any advertisement, but more of a helpful reminder, because I personally only buy Agent Provocateur lingerie on sale. My philosophy is that I won't pay over 100 euros for a set. In my universe, lingerie simply can't cost as much as cashmere coat. So next up are these Chelsea boots from Santoni, which truly deserve their own dedicated video for their beauty, quality, and understated elegance. The full video will be coming soon on my channel. In that video I'll showcase 3 pairs from the brand, 2 of my own and 1 pair of my partners. And here I'll just show you the looks I'll be putting together with them. They are crafted from smooth, polished leather in a deep, cool tone dark brown, almost espresso. There is a subtle British undertone in the baroque detailing, a quiet nod to tradition interpreted in a refined, modern way. I love how they pair with striped or slightly wider trousers, dark grey, deep navy, warm brown. Textured fabrics make them even stronger, flannel, tweed, or dense wool. The contrast between structured leather and soft fabric feels perfectly balanced. And I finally found the moment to update my seasonal warm accessories. I needed a hat made of 100% cashmere in the maroon shade. Of course, I wear it with my Lardini blazer and its companion, the Eleventy sweater, most often paired with Jacob Cohen jeans. I love this look. It's autumnal, cozy, both visually and to the touch, and the colors complement each other while blending beautifully with the fall surroundings. Now in winter, I have been wearing it with my mesh winter coat, a full review of which will come later, along with my other pieces from my trips to Japan and Korea. In my opinion and experience, cashmere is one of the best materials for the hat. It offers exceptional quality and comfort for its price, and with proper care, it will last for years, so it hardly even needs an explanation. The appeal of well-made cashmere piece speaks for itself. And now, finally, it's time for the sweater from Eleventy, the one that's been mentioned countless times in the video. At Eleventy, in general, they have 2 lines, the main Eleventy line and the premium Eleventy Platinum line. My partner owns both trousers and shirts from the Platinum line, and I have to say the pieces are incredibly durable. They really last. I recently picked up a sweater from the main line, a blend of 70% yak and 30% cashmere. Can you even imagine that combination and how warm it is? This has been my absolutely must-have all winter. Honestly, on really cold days, this is the only sweater I reach for, and I just switch up the trousers depending on my mood. These 2 materials work beautifully together. Yak provides long-lasting warmth, while cashmere adds refinement, softness, and silky touch. Truly a perfect match. If the weather was calm, I wore directly on the skin. When the wind picked up, I layered a t-shirt underneath, and that was basically it. The only real major flaw, I'd even call it unacceptable, a bead appeal in an otherwise perfect piece, is something I noticed right away when I inspected my sweater for craftsmanship. I'm addressing this directly to Eleventy. At the base of the turtleneck, there was an open loop that I had to fix myself. I was likely to be able to do this since I have experience with this kind of craft, but for the average customer, how would they even handle this? And how could you even let this happen? This is first and foremost a quality control issue. That's my answer to my own question. Later, on top of that, the seam at the end of the sleeve starts to come apart. I didn't just have to secure it to stop it from unraveling further, I actually had to restitch that section. Can you imagine that? Now, if it weren't for the sweater itself and its amazing characteristics, this loss would have been a real disappointment and would make me reconsider future purchases from the brand. So please, Eleventy, step your quality control measures. And that wraps up today's episode. A curated selection of pieces that reflect my approach to mindful dressing, choosing quality over quantity, comfort over trends, and authenticity over impulse. Yes, today we had an ugly duckling, the pink turtleneck, but that's actually a good thing, because it's on the less successful pieces that we learn the most. The lesson, when it comes to wool, I had to recommend option of Italian-made pieces from the brands you trust, especially if you're shopping online. I can't feel the texture in person. It's a safer choice if you want to avoid disappointment like one I had. When you approach your wardrobe thoughtfully, the things you own start bringing you quiet joy every single day and for a long time to come. Thank you for your watching and spending this time with me. My name is Anastasia. Until the next time.